Closed captioning for the Let's Dine Out show provided by Holiday Cafe, your neighborhood diner with 2 locations in Ontario and Mr. D's Diner in Laverne. Ready to satisfy your hunger and budget? Let's Dine Out is made possible by support from Food for Life Baking Company, makers of over 60 organic, all-natural sprouted baked goods, as well as gluten-free and vegan products. Food for Life Baking Company, dedicated to better health since 1964. Foodforlife.com. Sanborn's Air Conditioning and Heating, providing installation, maintenance, and repair of heating and air conditioning systems for home and businesses throughout the Inland Empire. Sanborn's Air Conditioning and Heating, 5-star comfort for 4 generations. SanbornsAC.com. And viewers like you, supporting local public television. Thank you.
I'm food critic Alan Borgen, member of the Southern California Restaurant Writers. I've been finding the best restaurants in the Inland Empire and Southern California for over 27 years. This is my job. This is my passion. Let's dine out. Well, Tricia, it's been about a day and a half since we reviewed our last restaurant.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I'm actually ravished. However, after going to the gym, I sure hope my trainer Sandy doesn't see this because we do a lot of eating.
We eat a lot, but it's all for you. We're givers.
We're givers. So, well, speaking of eating, what's on the menu today?
Today's adventure begins with a trip to Corona for some tasty fish and seafood creations at Fish-O-Licious. Then we hop back onto the 215 freeway and head south to Lake Elsinore for some truly unique Mexican food at La Unica, Cocina Mexicana y Cantina. That's a mouthful. Nestled in a busy strip mall in South Corona, Fish-O-Licious Seafood Restaurant is a welcome addition to the neighborhood eatery scene. The spacious dining room features bright and tropical colors and is very clean and inviting. While ordering your food at the counter, you'll discover a nice case proudly displaying their fresh seafood offerings. And although fish and seafood are their star attractions, they also offer some nice chicken and beef items so you can be assured that there is something for everyone. Owners Tafik and Frida Mulam welcome you with a friendly smile and with an emphasis on healthy eating and affordable prices. Fish-O-Licious is definitely a restaurant worth checking out.
Well, we finally made it to South Corona.
Yes.
And, you know, Fisholicious, it's interesting. It's a very small chain. Normally, I don't do chains.
Right.
There's a few chains I will make an exception to if they're really, really excellent. And what's nice about this is, first of all, the fish is fresh.
Yes.
That's hard to find.
It really is.
Second of all, the portions and the pricing is excellent.
Yeah.
So you ready to do some heavy-duty eating?
I'm ready.
Now let's go for it. First one was a fried fish combo, $11.95. Oh my goodness. This is 2 nice-sized pieces of, it's called bassa fish. They go by the name sole. It's raised in Vietnam. It's kind of like, it's related to like catfish.
Right.
But it doesn't have the catfish flavor. It's very mild.
Mild.
It's very much like sole.
Yeah.
Beautiful batter. It's almost like tempura,
Yes.
very, very crispy. It comes with 2 fillets of those, 3 large butterflied shrimp. It comes with a portion of calamari, and it's served on a bed of thin-cut fries and coleslaw and a sourdough roll. Again, for $11.95, it's fantastic.
Absolutely.
I like fried foods, as most everybody out there likes, so I can guarantee it. And what's nice about this, it wasn't greasy.
No.
It had a really nice crisp texture. The batter is tasty. The fish is very, very mild. So for those of you that don't like fish, you think fish is real, real fishy. This isn't. It's basically very moist, very flaky, and it's just void of flavor in terms of being fishy.
No,
Nice
I would agree. I love the texture of the fish. I thought it was good. I love the shrimp. I thought the flavors were really good. And what's nice is that they'll kind of accommodate you on any way you want to do the sides. Right. So the fries were good. The coleslaw has a nice golden
like raisins,
raisin.
yeah.
So it has a nice flavor profile to it. It's a little different.
And taste fresh tasting.
Yes, very fresh
That's all I
tasting.
call it,
I agree. Next, we had the Cajun salmon, $11.95. This is a 7 to 8 ounce fillet of salmon. It was so, it was dry rubbed with a Cajun seasoning and then grilled to perfection. And then it had mango and papaya and cilantro and onion and a little bit of chili serrano at the end. This had a great flavor, and they even, I think, hit it with a little lime.
Yeah, I like it because it's moist and flaky, the
Yep.
salmon, and you get the charbroiled flavor to it.
I agree.
And it was just a nice
Yeah,
dish.
and I like that it had that sweet and a little spicy at the end.
Right. Next came the bassa with honey curry sauce, $9.95. This was about a 7 to 8 ounce fillet of bassa fish. It was grilled, topped with a sweet honey curry sauce,
Yep.
pineapple chunks, bell peppers, onions, cilantro. We had it with seasoned rice, but again, all the sides you can interplay.
Yes.
Whatever you want, they'll give you. And this is spectacular. I love the flavor profiles. I mean, it really is different. The curry wasn't real, the Indian curry, there's a lot of different types of curry.
Right.
This is a very mild curry.
I agree. It was a creamy, and they were red and yellow peppers versus the green bell peppers. So the flavors were again sweet, a little sweet
Right.
and creamy. I really liked the flavor profile of this one. The curry was nice, and I thought the sauce was just beautiful, and the pineapple, the little sweetness.
chunks of-
Yeah, I mean, you really feel like you're on a vacation. It's like the food is just very fresh and very healthy,
All we needed was like Mai Tais and
and a beach.
yeah.
Next, we had the rainbow trout, $11.95. This was grilled with the skin on, which I thought was a nice touch. It was very moist. The fish was very moist. Again, a 7 to 8 ounce portion. And this had, it was different. I've never seen this before. It had basil and then sliced fresh red grapes. And then it had like a lemon butter sauce. And again, it was a huge portion of fish. I mean, the prices are just, they're incredible. And the fish is perfectly cooked every time.
On that dish, I'd like to see more grapes. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
To me, it was just laid out for appearance.
Like a garnish,
Yeah, I
almost.
like to see it more because it really
Yeah.
added to the flavor of it.
Yeah, I didn't think it had a very strong flavor profile. It was
No.
just, the fish was perfectly cooked, and that was really the star of it. So yeah, I agree. It needed more
Well,
sauce, more
in
grapes.
In the whole fish and seafood community, to me, trout is probably the most undefinable flavor. It's just
Right.
kind of there.
It's very neutral.
But it's got that unique trout flavor.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. And especially when it's grilled and
With the skin
and
on.
with the skin on, it's great because the fat from the skin goes into the fish
And it's crisp.
crispy.
It's crisp. I agree, and I think they serve this with grilled zucchini, fresh, sliced, which I love. Where can you go to a fast food restaurant and get fresh grilled zucchini? So, and again, we got a brown rice pilaf with that, which I thought was nice.
Very nice. Now, in terms of fish, the trout, the salmon, the halibut, and the catfish, you say, is in the front. It's all fresh.
Yes.
Now, the only thing that's frozen is the bassa, and that I know for a fact. But everything else is fresh. So again, fresh fish for under $12. My goodness,
Yeah,
that's a steal.
it's crazy.
Next came the shrimp and scallop kebab, $12.95. This is one large skewer of shrimp with 6 shrimps, 2 large scallops, bell peppers, onions. It was charbroiled. What I liked about this was I love scallops. They're probably my favorite type of seafood.
I agree.
Just soft. I was trying to figure out a flavor. Velvety, soft.
Yes.
It's got that unique flavor that scallops has. A little sweetness to it.
They're sweet.
It's like the perfect seafood. It's amazing.
I agree.
And
for
then
once.
when you get on the shrimp, I'm sure they put butter on it, but it was basically charbroiled. It's again, charbroiled anything is good. What's nice again, the portion size. If you look at the broccoli and the carrots, it's not just 1 or 2 spears. I mean, it's like like a half a broccoli.
And fresh broccoli. Again, where can you go to fast
And
food
not
and
frozen,
get fresh vegetables? So if you're watching your weight, if you're trying to be healthy,
Don't look at me when you say that.
if you're watching your weight, I'm going to watch my weight. It's just nice that you can come here and get fresh vegetables. It's just rare. Next, we had the fish wrap, $6.95. This was grilled salmon, halibut, and the bassa, and it's in a flour tortilla, 14-inch flour tortilla. And then inside it has rice and pico de gallo and cabbage. So it has that nice flavor profile.
I thought it was a crema. They said sour cream.
Yeah, maybe
Like
sour
some
cream
kind of
sauce on
yeah.
it. Yeah, this was good. I mean, it's basically almost like a Mexican burrito. Yeah, the flavors were good. The fish, I think, again elevated it, gave it a healthier profile, versus like ground meat or whatever. And the pico de gallo, it had a kick.
Yeah, I bit into a piece of chili. I think they
Yeah.
got watched the seeds on this one.
Yeah.
They went right through me.
They like the serrano chilies, but again, it wasn't too spicy. It had a nice flavor profile, and it's healthy. I mean, there was rice in it, and it was a tortilla, but it's a good meal on the go. If you're on the go.
Next, the sizzling beef fajitas, $10.95. So for those of you that don't like fish, guess what? We got some beef.
Yes.
And we have a chicken dish coming up too.
Absolutely.
This is flap meat with bell peppers, tomatoes, serrano chili. It was prepared on a flat grill, and I believe butter, spices, and comes with corn tortillas. Comes with a choice of sides, and a nice portion. You know, most fajitas that I've had with beef is a little chewy. It's flap meat that tends to be chewy.
Right.
This was a little chewy, a little tough, but that comes with the territory. That's a kind of, most fajitas are like that.
Yeah, that type of meat. I really love the flavors. Again, they use a little cilantro in there and that serrano chili. And with the bell peppers and the onions, you know, those are sort of sweet and the meat is savory. And then you have that little kick of that serrano grilled. It just brought out the flavors. It was caramelized. I really liked it. I thought it was
and
good.
And for $10.95, again,
Yeah.
you can make 3, 4 nice little, you know, tacos almost out of them.
Exactly, and interestingly, you could order this over, if you wanted it over salad, you know, over a lettuce and vegetables and have a healthy beef fajita salad if you're watching your weight and you're watching your carbs. So that's an option that you can always ask them.
Then we had the chicken salad.
Yeah, I like this chicken salad. This was good. It was $8.95. It was grilled chicken breast. I'm sure it was seasoned. It had a great flavor profile, and it just had a variety of mixed greens. It had some spinach in there, just really nice greens, cucumbers, tomatoes, carrots, and cabbage, and of course your choice of dressing. You know, the salad, it needed something. You know, the chicken was so beautifully seasoned, and the flavors. It was tender. It's a full chicken breast, so it had a lot of meat to it.
I thought a little crunch it needed.
I agree. I think a little bit of cheese would have been nice, maybe some feta cheese. I know, I really like feta cheese on a salad because it adds that saltiness. You know, to me that was lacking that saltiness. But I kept going back in because the flavor of the chicken was so good. So even though the salad was sort of uneventful, I liked it.
Right.
You know?
And like everything else here, they make their own salad dressings.
They
which,
do.
Again, how many restaurants, especially chain restaurants, make everything fresh, including the salad dressings. So.
Well, they have an emphasis on health here, and that's what I like. You know, you can eat good food, you can eat healthy food, and it can taste good. It doesn't have to be, you know, bland. And I know when I'm dieting, I feel like I'm always hungry. And if you go to a little fast food place, you get a little tiny salad. Here you can eat a huge plate of food and still stay on your diet or still be healthy and walk away full.
And this is the kind of restaurant, if you're stuck on the freeway from Temecula going back in town, the traffic here is bad. If you Corona, just get off Magnolia, make a left, and boom, you go right here.
Pop in for a brownie, which is coming to the next item.
The brownie. Oh.
$2.25. That's the best $2.25 you'll ever spend. This is a homemade, from scratch, here, made brownie, chocolate, ooey gooey fudgy with walnuts. I mean, it's huge, number one. You know, it's this enormous chocolate.
Don't look at me
love.
when you say enormous. First he said fat and calories. It was big, okay?
I love it.
Hefty.
It's a hefty brownie. This is fudgy, it's ooey. You could definitely cut it in 4. I mean, you really could. And divide it. It's that big.
Okay, in terms of the dishes that you like.
You know, I have to say the Cajun salmon. I really like the profile. I love that the little bit of heat in it, but then that sweet with the fruit on top. I have to say the basa with honey and curry sauce. Again, that flavor profile, that creamy curry sauce, not too strong, perfectly cooked fish. And I have to say the brownie. You know I have to say the brownie. So those are my 3.
You copied me.
Oh my gosh, you say that every
The
time.
Cajun salmon, the basa with honey curry. Again, these are unique dishes.
They are.
And I like the fish wrap. I really, really liked it, except the seeded, what do you call it, the serrano chili killed me.
You're a wimp.
Yeah, I'm a wimp, but a lot of flavors, and that's what this restaurant's about. And again, you know, if you're anywhere near Corona, this is the kind of restaurant you really want to go to, especially if you're stuck in traffic. And, you know, if you're looking for something different, fresh, affordable, that's important nowadays.
And healthy.
This
is healthy eating. You know, I think if you're trying to watch your weight or if you're just trying to be healthy, you can come here and chow down.
So, speaking of chowing down, we're gonna get back on the freeway and head
boy.
on down to a Mexican restaurant, which the name is
Oh boy.
La Unica Mexicana y Cochina Ensenada something. I don't know. It's a great Mexican restaurant. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Located on Main Street in downtown Lake Elsinore, La Unica Cocina Mexicana y Cantina is one special restaurant. The minute you enter, you are greeted by a lovely bar and dining room, which takes you back to the classic golden ages of Mexican cinema. A family affair, the restaurant is run by Ishmael, who handles the front of the house and can be seen mixing the most delicious cocktails, and Miguel Jr., a Le Cordon Bleu graduate, who adds his own unique flair to traditional Mexican recipes. A true family effort, Father Miguel Sr. and Mother Rose ensure that their guests have a wonderful and unique dining experience.
You know, this is an interesting restaurant. When we went on Facebook and a bunch of people gave us different options to go to,
Yeah.
we went to like 2 or 3 beforehand. Then we came in here. We thought big expectations. We came in here, and the first thing we looked like, okay, it's different. We looked at the menu, and to me, it was like, it's the same boring menu. I thought they had creative things. And sure enough, I was wrong. I mean, it was amazing. They brought some things out that weren't on the menu. And at that point, that's where we actually went nuts over this restaurant.
Yeah, it's very unique. This is not your traditional Mexican restaurant. I mean, they have the flavors you love, but there's something special, and we can't wait to share it with you.
There's a lot of punch, that's all I'm saying.
For
literally.
sure.
So, well, let's start with the first dish.
Okay.
This is the duck confit spring rolls, $13. This is duck meat that's cooked in its own fat. It's shredded. It has julienne carrots, chiffonade cabbage, celery. It's grilled in a flour tortilla. Then it's fried and served with a sweet, tangy tamarindo chipotle dipping sauce. It's 2 rolls cut in half, so it's 4 pieces. All I can say is it was amazing. I mean, again, this is a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
And to me, it had all the flavors. It had the crispiness,
Yes.
crunchy, the sweet, the tangy, the duck meat. It was
Smoky.
incredible, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. When I first took a bite of this, it was so smoky, and in that sauce, I was like, wow, I love this dish.
Yeah, you're not very quiet when you like something. The whole room was like, what,
I know.
everything okay? And
I mean, I kept going in and in. Yeah, this is an amazing dish.
good stuff. So next we have mole poblano, $14.50. This is about an 8-ounce chicken breast that's braised in chicken vegetable stock. It's finished with the mole sauce that has 5 different chilies, garlic, onion, chocolate, cumin, and about 15 other ingredients.
Yeah.
It's then plated with rice and beans, and it's also topped with toasted sesame seeds, and basically swimming in the mole sauce. Now this mole sauce, beautiful reddish brown color,
Beautiful.
rich, complex tasting sauce. To me, the only thing, I mean, taste-wise, it was great, but the heat level, I mean, it was fiery.
Well, you're a wimp.
No, I like hot food.
Okay.
I've never had mole this with the heat so intense, but the flavor of this, I mean, you can feel the love they put in this dish.
Next, we had the ropa vieja. This was $12.75. Oh my gosh, this is shredded beef that is braised for 6 hours. And in that 6 hours, they are developing some flavors that are absolutely amazing. It's sauteed with onions, bell peppers, tomatoes, in a chipotle sauce, salt and pepper and garlic. The meat, the flavor on this meat, I really don't think I've ever had meat that had this level of flavor in it. I was trying to think in my head, what is that smoky? But it was the chipotle, you know, the level of flavor in it. And it was, you know, then it had the cojita cheese in it. It was salty, smoky.
It was delicious.
It was seriously so delicious.
Now, the Spanish translation means old clothes. This is far from old. I mean,
No.
this is Nordstrom clothes.
Yuck.
To me, the flavors of this was
Oh.
amazing. And don't forget, the rice and beans, we didn't talk about that. They have 2 kinds of beans. They have the refried beans, and then they have the black beans.
Right.
The refried beans I thought were excellent. It's really tasty. The rice was as good as I've had anywhere.
Yes.
We're talking firm, dry, and tasty.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I will say on our first trip when we came here, I do not like refried beans at all. Rice and beans is something I will never eat in a Mexican restaurant. And we came here and I tasted the beans and I was like, wow, these are amazing. And he told me their secret is they put bacon fat in them.
Next came the camarones a la diabla, $13.50. This is 6 jumbo shrimp sauteed with onions. It's deglazed with tequila, and then it's braised in a chipotle and chili diablo sauce, served with rice, beans, and tortillas. Okay, I think the translation for this, the first one was old clothes.
The devil.
This was the death march of shrimp.
Satan shrimp.
Fiery, yes, Satan shrimp. Fiery, hot,
They
but
are.
delicious
Yeah.
sauce. It was amazing, but it was very hot. And I have to say, I don't think they can make it any milder. And
No.
you know, most restaurants, when they use chipotle, they use a small amount. This one, I think it's one of the major ingredients here, but it also gives you that nice kick,
Yeah.
but flavor profile.
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously the name, Diabla, I think you're expecting it to be hot. So if you like spicy, you'll love it. If you're not, don't order it.
Now, if you like mild and flavorful, the next one.
Yes, Camarones Costa Azul, $14.75. What can I say? Bacon and cream cheese. These were 5 jumbo shrimps, tiger shrimp, stuffed with cream cheese, wrapped in 1 strip of bacon per shrimp.
Sure, shrimpy.
And then they were deep fried, and they were served on a bed of lettuce with rice and beans. And I mean, what's not to love about a bacon-wrapped piece of shrimp?
$14.75, great price. I'd like to see another 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, I think it could use a few more, but the flavor was definitely there. The cream cheese was just, is ooey and gooey, and then the bacon was so, and I like it that it was crisp. Sometimes the bacon is not crisp enough, and
It's
it was
gotta
just,
be crisp.
yeah, it was perfect.
Most restaurants that we go to, Mexican restaurants, we always order this.
Yeah.
And this was way up there. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next is lobster Puerto Huevo style. This is $50, but don't get scared off here.
Yeah.
This is a 1.5 pound Canadian style lobster. I was playing with it. We bonded in the kitchen. You weren't there.
I didn't see it.
But then I found out they had to let them go. So they split it in half, which we didn't show. Then it was seasoned and then deep fried. And the claws, they took the claws off, and it was cooked in a butter and garlic sauce because it takes a little longer for that.
Yeah.
And it's served with a 16-inch flour tortilla that has lard in it. It's a special tortilla.
Yep.
And it came with, again, rice and beans and a delicious, robust garlic butter sauce, the dipping sauce. The lobster was amazing. It was sweet, pretty tender. Some parts are a little tougher, but that's with any lobster.
Right.
A little chewy.
This is a Baja style lobster, and the way they did it, and it was toasted garlic, not roasted. There's a difference.
It's roasted. Well,
no, it's toasted. So roasted is sweet, which is nice, but the toasted gives that it's a little nuttier.
Nuttier, okay.
And so you get that crunch. It's a little different. So I like the flavors on that. It's definitely a splurge item, but well worth it. Yum. Who doesn't love lobster and butter?
Oh, I know.
Butter. Next, we had specialty blackened swordfish tacos, $12.99. Basically, these are 2 tacos, and he takes swordfish, he buys it in a big quantity.
Big chunk, 10, 20-pound
Yeah.
block. And what he does is he fillets it, and then he basically portions it out,
Yeah.
seasons it, and then he blackens it with another seasoning. It's a blackening seasoning.
Right, so I mean, it's
Blackened
about a
seasoning.
3-ounce portion, and he serves it with big chunks of it, grilled perfectly, and then he has cabbage, pico de gallo, guacamole, and then the surprising kick was the pineapple. And it really was, you had that perfectly grilled swordfish that had just a very mild flavor, and then you have the crunch with the cabbage, and then that little sweetness with the pineapple.
Sweet tangy, and it's fresh pineapple.
Yeah,
They don't use the canned one.
it was very unexpected, and again, the food is so thoughtful here. Everything is just well thought out, and his interpretations of his original Mexican recipes are so creative.
Now, the next entree was something different. We weren't going to have it with you. Thought that was enough, but he says you got to try this, so we did.
Yeah.
Can't say no to food. It's called the pan-seared quail, $8. Oh my!
This whole quail, pan-seared, crusted with olive oil and Dijon mustard and salt and pepper as well. Then he caramelized yams and onions and deglazed them in tequila, butter, and brown sugar. Oh my gosh, was this good! He also used a hibiscus flower. How do you say it? Jamaica?
You're asking me, Mr. Linguist?
Okay.
Sounds like jicama. It starts with a J.
It's a hibiscus flower spice, and I'm telling you, the skin on this was crispy. The quail was so tender. You have to work at quail. It's small. It's petite. Sometimes you feel like you're, But the meat, it's worth it. It's worth the effort. The meat was so tender.
Well, Tricia, there's a lot to choose from, but what are your favorites?
Alan, this is going to be hard. Definitely the duck confit spring rolls. I seriously, I want like a box to go. Those were amazing. I have to say that. The ropa vieja, just because the flavors, the smokiness, and oh my gosh. I'm going to say the quail, the pan-seared quail, and I'm going to take 4. I'm going to take the liberty. The lobster. I mean, how can you not say lobster is your favorite? Hello? Everything was so good. I mean, honestly, this is worth the drive. I don't care where you live.
I agree.
The food was just spectacular.
My favorites, let's see, the ropa vieja. Again, this is not old clothes. This is delicious. A lot of flavor.
Yeah.
Plus the portion size.
Oh.
I love the especially blackened swordfish tacos. I really liked it. I like the combination of everything with the guacamole and the sweet pineapple and the little crunch and sweet of the blackened fish, and excellent. And I have to say the pan-seared quail. Well, folks, now it's your turn. We had a chance to eat and run around. Guess what? It's your turn now. So I want you, all of you, yeah, you and everyone sitting there, you go out and try it, you spend the money, and you gain the weight, because we're doing that for you. We've done that for many years. So until next week, this food critic Alan Borgen.
And Trisha Jansen.
Happy eating, everybody.
Let's dine out.
Closed captioning for the Let's Dine Out show provided by Holiday Cafe, your neighborhood diner with 2 locations in Ontario and Mr. D's Diner in Laverne. Ready to satisfy your hunger and budget? Let's Dine Out is made possible by support from Food for Life Baking Company, makers of over 60 organic, all-natural sprouted baked goods, as well as gluten-free and vegan products. Food for Life Baking Company, dedicated to better health since 1964. Foodforlife.com. Sanborn's Air Conditioning and Heating, providing installation, maintenance, and repair of heating and air conditioning systems for home and businesses throughout the Inland Empire. Sanborn's Air Conditioning and Heating, 5-star comfort for 4 generations. Sanborn'sAC.com. And viewers like you, supporting local public television. Thank you.